What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Patrick, aka Addicted to Combat, back for the recap and results. And I will keep this brief because I know it is later in the day that I normally will put this out. We've already, turned our backs on UFC London. What a disgusting main event that was, and gone to the future, which is UFC 277 tape study, Dana White Contender Series tape study, and degenerate action this week with week one of the Contender Series. So there's a lot more on our minds. So I'll keep this brief, but I had to work all day, so just for the sake of releasing this video and being consistent, and reporting that die was minus 4.5 units of profit in the night. So not a great showing for UFC London. And it was disappointing because I think all the reads were there. All of the, most of the money lines were there, and we had good reads on those. Overall predictions, I went 9-5. I think it would have been 10-4 if Tom Aspinall did not tear his knee in 15 seconds of the main event. But 2-2 on the money lines that we bet. Tom Aspinall and Chris Curtis were the losers of that. Krylov and Pierce were the very easy winners for the money lines. The props went 3 out of 4. The only one that lost was Herbert by knockout. I put a half a unit on that. He did not show much urgency and got a decision win over Kyle Nelson. So still came through with a victory, but not a very exciting one or a characteristic one at that. Otherwise, Pimblett inside the distance at minus 130. 1.3 units to win 1 unit in return. That cashed in round 2. And then fight doesn't go to decision, and the under 2.5 rounds for Krylov and Gustafsson. So Krylov was really the MVP for me. His money line cashed for 1 unit in profit. I bet 1.8 to win 1. And, the fight doesn't go to decision. The under 2.5 easy cashes in a 1-minute knockout over Gustafsson. So sad to see Gustafsson go out like that, but yeah, there was a lot of disappointing things in that card. The other big pick that I got wrong was Mason Jones. I was confident in over Ludovic Klein, but Ludovic Klein coming up a weight class, showed some very dynamic, very clean striking that he was known for coming into the UFC and showed upon his debut. But he struggled a bit. His momentum was pretty low going into this fight compared to Mason Jones. And coming up a weight class, I just didn't think he had it in him. But man, he really proved me wrong. Busted that 4-leg parlay that I had. So I had a 2, a 4, and a 6-leg parlay, as I showed on the best bets and props. Nathaniel Wood, Pimblett, Herbert, and Diakese all came through, but Jones did not. And of course, Aspinall in his 15-second TKO loss due to injury did not come through at all either. So I did ride into the main event with Mark Diakese and Aspinall, about to close out that 2-leg parlay. But I did say in my best bets that I would hedge out if given the opportunity, but with only plus 135 underdog price on Blades and not really winning that much if Aspinall won and closed out that 2-leg anyways, it was like an even money play for 2 units. There's really not a good way to hedge out of that one. It would have been easier if Mason Jones would have come through and I had that 4-leg going in, or if Blades was a bigger underdog, then you can really hedge out and guarantee profit in those types of situations, but I just didn't have enough riding on it to do that, so I let it ride, and that ride crashed pretty quickly, 15 seconds in. A big deja vu to the very last week where Brian Ortega dislocates his shoulder against the Yair Rodriguez in round 1, but at least we got 4 minutes of action in that fight. Got to see how it played out somewhat. This was just very lackluster because we had the first 10 seconds these guys are throwing. They're getting in close. 2 big heavyweights. You can see this is going to be probably a very good fight, but a very quick fight as well. I still believe Tom Aspinall would have gotten the better of the striking and probably gotten Curtis Blades out early, but, this is the game we play. It's gambling. It's mixed martial arts. Very unpredictable, and, of course, an injury 2 weeks in a row happens 15 seconds in. So we have Juliana Pena defending against Amanda Nunes next week in the main event, and I swear if this trend continues, we had, 4.5 minutes for Brian Ortega, 15 seconds for Tom Aspinall. So I'm going to predict that something bad happens to one of these 2 women, probably on their walk to the cage, and the doctor calls it off before Bruce Buffer even announces their names. So if that happens, we'll truly be cursed. But hopefully we can turn things around next week. There's some really fun fights, some potential underdogs that I see coming through on that card, and just some confident leans that I have too, and just a really fun fight night that we have coming up on the pay-per-view next week. I keep on forgetting that this is a pay-per-view next week because, the main event, it's exciting. We got a nice rematch. Then the flyweight championship interim belt, I think, is on the line between Moreno and Kai Kara France. So there's a lot of fun fights, even Derek Lewis coming back. So we'll just dust ourselves off of these past 2 weeks, this minus 4.5 unit total loss I took on this card, and keep moving forward. I'll have that best bets and props out this week in normal format, a short video. But the week after that, for Santos and Hill Fight Night, on August 3rd will be my first live stream. I'll have Eric Betts Fights as my first guest, so that will be fun. Probably around, like I think 8:30 Central Time on Wednesday. I'll have to double check and finalize that, but that'll be fun. So this week, normal best bets and props. Next week, it'll be a live stream as we talk about Santos and Hill. And yeah, so good luck in all your betting action this week. If you have any action on the Dana White Contender Series making its debut for this season, it'll be fun. And in the next day or two, I will have the full card breakdown for UFC 277. So I just wanted to get this one out here. I know it's late in the day. We've already moved past UFC London and tried to forget the nightmare of an event that was. But, just for consistency's sake, I had to work all day today, so I didn't have a chance to really total things up and get a recap video going. But I'll put it out now just for consistency's sake. Let me know in the comments how you guys did on the night. Hopefully you guys, if you were the lucky one out there and bet Curtis Blades at plus money and you got a 15-second cash, no sweat, congratulations to you. I was not that lucky, but yeah, let me know how you guys did in the comments. Love reading the comments and interacting there. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Let's keep this channel growing. I will talk to you guys in the next day or two. Cheers.